Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing something totally different this weekend. It's my dad's 88th birthday party. So we're down here and we've got a lot of people coming. But we're going to do some bushcraft camping stuff as well. I've got a lot of stuff to show you, interesting things, some old-fashioned stuff. I'll start off by showing you my vintage caravan before Dave and Julie come, because they're staying in it this weekend. And I'll show you that. This is my 1968 Regency Gem. It was the first caravan in England, the first company that made fiberglass caravans, full fiberglass caravans. I bought it about 200 quid from Liverpool. We drove it back from Liverpool, me and my dad, and it was cream originally. And I thought, it's got potential, it's got some nice lines on it, it looks vintage, so I done it up like this. It took me a lot of work to do it. I had a little bit of damp inside. I took out all the damp wood and I rebuilt it inside. And yeah, it sleeps 4 people because I put a bunk bed in it now, so George can sleep on the top. This part here turns into a bed, and I've got a double bed there. I did used to have a log stove in this at one point. I've had it for a long time now. But yeah, I've made a few changes to it. The area where I am now used to be a bathroom, but I thought it's a little bit small to have a toilet in here. I can have a toilet tent outside if I want. I put this curtain up, so there's a little changing curtain, somewhere to wash. You can put a wash basin on here and get changed. Yes, so this part here turns into 2 settee type seats, and you have a table in the centre. The table collapses down and forms the base of the bed, and like I said, I've made it up for Dave and Julie to sleep in. It's still got a few little jobs I need to do on it, but I just keep playing at it. Yeah, so it's got quite a little bit of storage in here. Got wardrobes. It's got some overhead lockers there for putting tins of beans in and things. These panels were off some Victorian wardrobe I had that I've took off and painted, and I fixed them on here. Added my own touch to it. Made it look a little bit older than it should do, I suppose, but it gives it that little bit of character, and it's just a pleasure to stay in, really. Today's really, really hot. I mean, stifling. Tomorrow's going to be even hotter. So I've got the windows open on this, let some air in. Yeah, anyway, I'll show you some more stuff. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of things happening this weekend, so forgive me if it gets a bit chaotic, the filming and maybe the sound and stuff. But it's red hot. I put this bell tent up here, and the great thing about bell tents is you can roll up the sides and it lets the wind blow underneath them, so it just makes like a giant umbrella. Really comfortable way of sleeping this time of year. You know, I might even sleep in here myself on these old settee cushions we've got lying around. This is an old-fashioned tipping cart. Originally it was horse-drawn, and you'd pull a lever and it would tip out things like turnips or manure and stuff like that. It's been adapted since then, probably in the 1950s. It's got a drawbar on it so you can pull it behind a tractor. My dad bought it years ago. I haven't restored it, but we use it for the local farmer shows and stuff, and we put the kids in it and take them out on days outs. And in fact, my brother got married once and we used it for that. So this is a good idea. It's a gravity lock. So you just put it on like that, and then the weight of it just holds it shut. Clever people, the Victorians. Yeah, so I created this bench area using some old scaffolding boards and some logs. so we can basically sit round it tomorrow night and have a sing around the fire. Got the fire pit there. Thinking tomorrow I want to show you some skills, you know, some fire lighting techniques and some wood prep. I've got some interesting tools to show you, something that I don't normally use, but I'll show it you anyway. And tonight I'm just going to relax, let the temperature just drop a little bit tonight, and maybe light the fire and just have a chill out, couple of beers, and then tomorrow's the big day. I've just bought him a hearing aid. The dog's chewed his hearing aids, so it's quite difficult to communicate with him. And he's got a little bit of dementia now, so it's difficult talking to him. But now he's got the hearing aid, it should be a bit easier. He could hear me quite clearly before. The only problem with having horses is all the flies and midges that accumulate because of them. Hannah's plagued with them at the moment. You're a good lad, aren't you? Hey? Good strong horse you are. You could pull a cart, couldn't you? Watch my fingers. Good lad. Have you come to say hello as well, cheeky? That was a lovely little horse, that one. You're good, aren't you? Hey, good lad. I'm going to save this for another video, my Romany Caravan that I built. It had a bit of an accident. The wind blew the roof off it. I put a tin roof on it, ripped it off. I've been looking after my mum and dad quite a bit over the past couple of years. And, you know, having a family, I've kind of let it deteriorate a little bit. So I'm going to do a bit of a restoration video on this. I'll show it you properly. And I'm going to do some camping videos as well with Gypsy Crafts. going to chill out now. I'm getting a little bit tipsy having a drink with my mates and my dad. So I'm going to stop filming for now. I'm going to go to bed later. So I'll probably see you in the morning, which would be in about 5 seconds maybe. Well, it's about 5:30 in the morning and my brother's asleep. He slept outside last night. It was really, really warm. So we didn't sleep in a tent, he slept outside. The place is alive with wildlife. I think I'm going to go for a walk when everyone else is still in bed. Yeah, there's so much wildlife around here. This is a badger set, this. You can tell it's a badger set because of the amount of sandy soil that it's kicked out. Badgers go a lot deeper than foxes. The holes back there were foxholes, but this is a badger set. There must be another entrance into it as well. I think I'm going to go head back, put the kettle on. I'll get the fire going, put the kettle on, get some breakfast, and then maybe do some crafts and stuff, eh? It's quite early. I can't be making a lot of noise because everybody's still in bed. But I can't lie in bed. It's light out, the cockerels are crowing, and the birds are singing, and I have to get up. I can't miss this. It's not often we have weather like this. Just got to make the most of it, I think. something else I made. It's a toilet, but it's not like a normal toilet. We use sawdust. Believe it or not, you put sawdust on top of what you do and it doesn't smell. It really doesn't. You know, it works quite well. And when your bucket's full, you dig a hole and bury it. It rots down and it makes good fertiliser. Bit old-fashioned, but if you haven't got running water or anything like that, it's a good idea. I'm going to have to clean this out before my dad's guests arrive, because yeah, it could do with a bit of a dusting and cleaning. I'll show you how it works, but not literally how it works. I'll show you how we use it discreetly. Yeah, so there's a big bucket underneath here, and all we do is get this sawdust here, and you just basically just drop it on top like that. And like I said, it doesn't smell. But we've got a few people who live in this toilet. We've got, well, a few pictures of people that live in this toilet. One of them is one of my favourite women in the world. Yeah, Queen Victoria there. She does resemble my friend Brian. We call it the Royal Chambers. Well, if you want to make one of these, the best way to do it is get an old wooden pallet, you know, like the work building site type pallets. That's your base, and just build off that. Just go around like that, put a shelf in it, get an old toilet seat, an old plastic toilet seat, cut a hole in the shelf, put the toilet seat on it, and that's pretty much it. Might be handy for you if you've got like a bit of land with no running water, or maybe you run a wood school or something and you've got nowhere for the kids to go. I don't know. Might be useful to you. This is my dad's tractor. I've got a similar model to this at home. It's a TE20, but mine's a petrol, well, TVO, which is tractor vaporising oil. This is a diesel. This is worth more money than mine. But this is quite rare, this tractor, because it's got what's known as a Scottish aviation cab on it. Up in Scotland, the farmers, you know, have bad weather, so they made these cabs for them. But you can only get in and out from the back. So they got taken off a lot of the time because the farmers got sick of climbing in and out, and most of these cabs ended up being old pig cotes or dog kennels. So that's what makes it rare. Now, the aluminium used was after World War II, when, you know, our planes we used in the war were no longer needed, and we had a lot of surplus aluminium left over. So they used that to make these cabs. Yeah, bit of useless information there for you, but I'm full of interesting stuff today. So this one's a I think it's 60s maybe, maybe very late 50s, 60s. Massey Ferguson 35X. These came around much after the TE20s. Cracking tractor this. For many, many years he had a log splitter behind it with Dad with a big circular saw, and he used to cut all his firewood up with it. It's seen some use over the years. I think I'm going to restore this one day, unless my dad sells it, but if he doesn't, I'm going to restore it. It's a belting little piece of kit, this. I think what I'm going to have to do now is start concentrating on my dad's birthday party. I've done a lot of filming. I spent time with my kids and Hannah, but I think she's getting a bit frustrated because I'm always going off now and again filming. So I think I'm going to concentrate on them a little bit, get this party set up for later on. And I want you to stick around. I'm going to show you some highlights of that. I did want to put more in the video really, but I'm running out of time now. And plus, I will be probably drunk later, so I won't be able to do any filming then, or not much. I don't know what that's going to turn out like. Well, thanks very much for watching, and keep watching. Press subscribe and press that bell button thing, because then you can find me. I've got lots and lots of different videos, something different every week I try. The next video is probably going to be motorcycle camping, and I'm going to take you to a motorcycle rally. It's a biker rally. Very different to my normal stuff again, but camping, getting outside, having fun, meeting new people, it's all part and parcel of it, I think. But yeah, keep watching.